This call, we are going to focus on how a Medicare agent can utilize Agent CRM. So I'm excited to get started. When I jump in here, we're going to go through some of the basic features of Agent CRM. And then we are going to go through some of the things that are very specific to a Medicare agent. And at the end of this call, I'll go ahead and take some questions, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. And as people come pouring on in, I'm happy to have you, but we're just going to go ahead and get going. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen already, and we're just going to start here in Agent CRM. And on the left-hand side is going to be where your map to all things is. And so let me just let a few other people in. I apologize. Okay, so on the left-hand side here, we're going to start on the Conversations tab. The Conversations tab will house all of the different conversations with people, and you can filter it between unread, recents, and all. Here, as you can see, you can choose to look at all your messages. You can send text messages, send emails, make phone calls, and view them all here right in the middle, as well as your social media, etc. Here you'll see the contact information, but what makes this area really handy is if you go to manual actions, you will see that there is a power dialer. You will select the campaign, and for y'all, you could probably create a campaign that will host Medicare leads, and then you can hit Let's Start, and that will take you through all of your leads. We have the calendar here again. So this is a great spot to create a calendar specific to Medicare appointments that you might have with different leads. And you can book the appointment right from here, and you can also go into your calendar settings and create a calendar specific here. So like right here, you can see there's a Medicare quote. You can attach that link to any of your communications, like automations that you may have set up. And this is where all your leads would come in, and you can definitely integrate it with your Google or Gmail. And this information is for some of you who may or may not already have Agent CRM. So I'm just quickly going through it. Contacts, let's talk about it. So you can upload all of the leads that you have from other sources here. And one thing I'll point out, and this is where the CRM really comes in handy. So like if you want to keep track of who's getting ready to turn 65, as you can see here, I have a smart list created for that. And so I'm just going to click on it, and mainly so I can show you some of the filters. All I did is I created a filter and I saved it and gave it a name. So you can come in here. And I chose ages for it to filter out age more than 64.5 and age less than 65.5 here. And so I saved it. And so long as I have my date of births imported in with my contact, it will automatically create that list for you. And that's a real time saver. On my list, I didn't have anybody turning 65 or age 65, but for the purposes of Medicare, I think that's a great list to have created and set aside for yourself. Now, if you click on any of the contacts, any information you put in about the contact will be here. So name, phone number, email address, their business name or whatever might be the case. And then the additional info tab is going to do what it says. It's going to give you additional information that you can import. Or let's say you've sent out some information via the CRM. It will also update that for you too here. You can call, send text messages, and send emails from here. One of the good things about the CRM, I know it with Medicare, it's a mandatory thing for you to record the calls. This CRM, there is a setting where you can turn on call recording. And if you did record a call, you would find the communication, within the contact. So it's a very handy tool that I think would come into great use. And then of course, if they visited any pages, you can view the information. If you need to create any tasks later on, you can do that, and notes here as well, and make an appointment. For the pipeline, we have default pipelines, but you can make this very specific to what you're doing with your Medicare leads and filter it out that way. Again, very handy so that you know who's in your pipeline and what has or has not happened. It's as simple as just moving things over. Give me just a second. I'm just going to let somebody else on in. All right. So it's as easy as moving this little card over. You can call from here. You can see the value of the pipeline here. You can click here and you could do whatever you need to do. But this is in order for you to keep things organized as best as possible. Now, the next place that we are going to go is into automations. Automations are very handy. And when it comes to our Medicare agents, we actually have quite a few. And I'm going to show them to you because these are things that you can actually import into the account. And
you just start working on that. I'm sorry.
Oh, can we mute you? There we go. Thank you. Sorry, I was missing these questions in the chat box. Can the additional information fields be sorted in the order that you want? Yes, and it's just a matter of changing some custom fields. And then will we get a copy of the recording afterwards? You might have to drop off. Yes, we will have a copy of the recording being posted for sure. So back to the workflows. The workflows, essentially, we have quite a few that you can import into the account in the CRM, and you can utilize that by going into the Click and Play library, and I will show you that soon. But here is all you need. Like we have so many different ones that will help. One of the ones I wanted to show you is the Medicare referral request. This one is very nice to be able to send to some other leads that you have in there, particularly the ones that you know are turning 65. And all you do is come in here and you can just see that we have emails and whatnot already set that you can just send out, and it makes it easy for you to save you a lot of time. You would just add those contacts to the list, and voila, you have a campaign going and people are being contacted. So that is the basics of just the workflows and automations that we have that are already available to you to use. The other thing I would love to show you is we have a Medicare quote request funnel that I just want to have you take a quick look at, and you can edit it right here to make it a little more you, but this is essentially what it looks like. Again, this is also importable into your account, and so you can see here it's ready for you to just edit and for you to use. So where do you get that in all of that stuff? Well, you would go right here to the Click and Play library. And we'll just give it a second to pull up. The Click and Play library, if you go into, let's start with, and it decides to load. Funnels. Sorry, bear with me just a second. So if you want to find the funnel, then you would just go ahead and click on funnels. And then if you scroll down a little bit here, this is where you're going to find that importable Medicare funnel. If you are looking for just the workflow and the email, then all you would do is go here And if you scroll down, you can see here there is the Medicare referrals campaign, email to past clients, the campaign we use for you to push for them to schedule a call. It's all in there. And then the other thing that I would like to point out is we do have what's called the branding library. And in the branding library, we also have courses in terms of how to begin to generate leads as well. So there's courses that you can review, ad kits, all those things that you can utilize. And this will help with lead generation. So again, I always like to just stop at the very end of this and just let you guys know that we have some amazing support in a Q&A call that you can hop on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can always click here to join that Zoom call. And then if you have any other questions about how to utilize the CRM for basic functions, you can go here. And within the branding library, there's free training courses there. And then Facebook, we have a Facebook support group. I think many of you are probably already in it, and that's available for you to ask questions. I'm pretty sure there are other Medicare agents that are in the group, so it's always good to be able to go and see who's used it and who's used the system for it and how it's worked well for them in what ways. So that about concludes my presentation. Is there any questions that I can answer for you all today?